What do you think it was just the idea of ocarina that made ocarina more successful, or what do you think was the difference there?
I think there's something more like whimsical and more visceral at the same time about ocarina, at least in retrospect. We only were building things because they seemed like fun things to build.
Yeah.
We certainly had no expectations of like we hoped it would do well, but
Yeah.
no idea how it would actually do. So we were like pleasantly shocked when Ocarina became like a #1 selling out, and now there are like 5 million Ocarina users. So it's a lot
awesome.
of people out there. But I think just the ridiculousness of playing like an iPhone like a flute-like thing is one, but also listening to other people play their Ocarina around the world.
Right.
And these components are actually, if you look at Sonic Glider, is in there, blowing into the microphone, the globe. But we kind of just took it in a very musical direction, and it's just kind of like it turned out, like, at least in retrospect, a lot of things just came together. It's just that the ocarina is something that happened to fit a small, form factor, such as the iPhone. But two, it's also something that's automatically got a little bit of a magic to it from like the Zelda game.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I think a lot of people still actually believe that ocarina was invented solely just in Zelda, even though it's actually been an instrument that's been around for like thousands of years.
Yeah.
And so I think the spectacle of just kind of doing that with your phone, kind of was ended up being pretty unexpected, but also be able to listen to other people.
Oh yeah. Every time I pull it out, like we're like, looking over, and what is that? And so you think it was it mainly word of mouth that got it out, or
word of mouth? We actually, when we first released Ocarina, it was only for the iPhone, no iPod Touch, and we didn't have people kind of maybe knew us from Sonic Glider, but very few. So it actually first bootstrapped itself in the Nintendo community. So there's a video of me actually playing the Legend of Zelda theme song on YouTube, and then there's another one with a group of us playing Stairway to Heaven on like 5 ocarinas. Actually arranged
I remember that.
And so I first started in the Nintendo kind of gaming community. It's like, hey, there's this crazy guy blowing his iPhone to play Zelda.
Was that like on the forums or something? Or how?
That was one of the gaming sites, and then that kind of other media kind of saw it, and they started like writing about it. And so it was word of mouth and a lot of like kind of more and more like media, because there's kind of everything rolling together. But certainly a lot of word of mouth. This is a great kind of a demo app. It's like if you need to break the ice at dinner.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of pull it out, and you instantly got something to talk about.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that's cool about the Smule apps, in that it's an app that makes you proud that you have an iPhone, or that it shows the iPhone.
It really shows off the iPhone, in a different way.
Yeah.
I also like to think that Smule apps are inadvertently there to make you look like just really ridiculous, but in a cool way.
Yeah.
It's like, here's me blowing to my iPhone.
Oh yeah.
And it's like that's actually pretty ridiculous. But I mean, but it's also kind of magical, because you're not expecting your phone to be able to do that. And like that magic fiddle, it's like, hey, hold this iPad up to your face and play, so it's.
Yeah. So, okay, and I had this conversation with somebody else. Is the ocarina a real instrument?
It is.
I would say so too, but yeah.
Oh, like on the iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, like on the iPhone. Like, would you consider it a real instrument?
It is, in that it's not too much. It's about the same level of expressiveness. I mean, well, I take it back. There's some really amazing like ocarina players, but it's an instrument that I think if you can be expressive with something sonically. Yeah. I would start counting that as an instrument.
Right.
And even though you can't do all the things that for example, you can't cover the holes like halfway. Yeah. Or maybe the sensitivity in the microphone is enough to capture all the articulations that you can do with the clay ocarina. But you can really play expressive tunes with it. And in that sense, I think it is an instrument.
Yeah. Are there any other like sensors that you can think of? You know, because we got the touch, we've got the microphone. Are there anything else that you can think of that would be helpful on something like an iPad or an iPhone?
Camera.
Okay.
Using like vision tracking, I think, can do some things, but you kind of have to, like, this is partly concept, partly just productization. It's just like, even with the multi-touch screen, there's a lot of different ways that you can be expressive musically with that. But at least for us, there's kind of no substitute for just like endless tinkering with the thing until you find something that's kind of fun to do, and then you tinker with it more until you get it to be, you know, kind of like a full-fledged experience that you can give to people.
Yeah.
But everything from gyroscope to accelerometer, camera, to even the compass, like which direction your device is pointing, actually can be significant. And usually, I feel like when you can put more than one of them together, like Ocarina uses touchscreen, accelerometer, and microphone as input together, and I think that makes it, you know, you kind of you can build experiences that are even more than just the independent parts.
All right. Well, don't want to keep you, but just one more question. Is just a personal thing that I've been wondering about the Ocarina because I play it so much. Are you ever thinking of having some ability to share, like with friends or, you know, MMS or something like that? Share things that you've created, because that's something I would really like.
Yeah, I think we are thinking about that. It's kind of I think different musical apps or different apps will lend themselves differently to it. And for Ocarina, it'd be nice to share. Though I would say, like, for Ocarina, a lot of it is the anonymity of it. Like, you don't know who everyone else is, and that makes it more magical. Yeah,
it's really magical, and the same thing with Magic Piano. That's really cool. It's like, I don't even know who this is, but I'm like communicating them through music. So that's the magical. But anyway,
there's just another component to it. I think there's three. Like, I feel like there's, like, you know, there's your friends. Then there are total strangers. And in the middle is actually familiar strangers. These are the people that you kind of see in your commute to work every day that you never talk to. And I think for each of these three, there's actually a different social connection you can form with them. So in Ocarina, it's more of like total strangers. But I think for your friends, people who are not strangers, and the more familiar strangers, I think there are definitely ways to talk to them as well. For Ocarina, certainly it'd be really cool to find a way to keep the magic of the experience, but then allow you to also connect with your friends. I would say definitely look for this in our upcoming Smule offerings.
All right, cool. All right, well, thanks so much.
It's really good to meet you.
Yeah, it was good to meet you, G. Is that how you pronounce it, G or Gay?
There's no wrong.
Okay.
There's no wrong, but my parents call me G.
Oh, G. Okay.
Or sometimes call me Gary. So
okay, well.
Take your pick.
All right. Well, nice meeting you, Gary G.
All
right. Thanks.